Today is January 12th, 2025, and this is a weekly update on the ongoing war between Israel and its enemies on multiple fronts around the Middle East. So, hello, my friends. This is the Key of a Verse with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. We unfortunately were told just yesterday through the Israeli media that 4 IDF soldiers were killed in battle yesterday in the northern Gazan Strip. This is a few days after 2 other soldiers were killed in the northern Gaza Strip, battling Hamas terrorists. The 4 soldiers who were just killed yesterday were killed as a result of an explosive that went off, that was set by Hamas terrorists next to an IDF tank. 6 other soldiers were injured in the incident as well, 2 severely. There has been renewed fighting in the northern Gaza Strip in the last couple of months, specifically in the area of Beit Fanun, but as well as other villages in the area, as Hamas operatives continue to fight and to regroup. And Israel is determined to deal them the final blow and to bring this war to an end, with Hamas no longer being a threat from the Gaza Strip to Israel. In the past week or so, there have been sporadic rockets being sent at Israel from the Gaza Strip. Fortunately, no injuries, but still this shows that there is still the Hamas capability to launch rockets, not nearly as many rockets as they were able to in the past. So a significant difference is very, very clearly seen. But still, the fact that they still can and still are launching rockets means that there is still work to be done, and the brave IDF soldiers are doing that work in the Gaza Strip. In Lebanon, in southern Lebanon, the ceasefire for the most part continues to hold, though there are violations here and there, and that is what prompts the IDF soldiers there, including the Air Force, to attack certain Hezbollah sites in southern Lebanon. The end of the ceasefire is coming up soon, the 60 days that were agreed upon, and we will see very, very soon if the ceasefire will hold, if it will continue, or if it will fall apart. There are signs that it will not last because, one, Hezbollah is violating the terms of the ceasefire in certain areas, and the Lebanese army has not deployed to all the areas that they need to in order to ensure that Hezbollah doesn't return to these places in southern Lebanon and use these places as a launching pad for attacks against Israel. Israeli troops continue to be there and will be there until the terms of the ceasefire are met, which means that at the end of the ceasefire, there might be IDF soldiers still there because Israel doesn't feel that the ceasefire terms have been fully met. We will see very soon, and of course, we'll share those details with you once we know them. IDF soldiers are still present in the buffer zone, in the extended buffer zone in Syria, as a result of the recent fall of the government there and the takeover by rebels in Syria. Fortunately, there has not been conflict arising there, but Israel still is very much being aware and careful and very diligent in terms of its operations there. As we mentioned, they control the Syrian side of Mount Chimon, which gives Israel an incredible additional surveillance opportunity and advantage. And of course, troops on the ground are doing that as well, ensuring the safety and security of residents in the north, specifically Israeli residents in the Golan Heights. We're keeping our eyes on that as well. Hostage talks continue, and Israel has sent a delegation once again to Qatar for continued negotiations. There are rumors that the negotiations are advancing very well, and we could possibly see a deal in which Israeli hostages are freed, possibly this week. We know that incoming President Trump has warned Hamas that if the hostages are not freed by the time he takes office on January 20th, which is just 8 days away, that there will be all hell to pay. He has not specified what that means, but it seems like it is adding motivation to the negotiations. And of course, all of us in Israel and all Israel supporters around the world are hoping that we see our hostages brought home quickly, and God willing, with the opportunity to restart their lives. Those who unfortunately were killed in captivity being brought back to Israel for proper Jewish burial. This past week, we also heard the grim news, the sad news of two hostages their bodies being found. They were killed in captivity. They were taken alive on October 7th, 2023, and their bodies were found by IDF soldiers, brought back to Israel for burial. And again, that just adds, again, even more motivation for these talks to get the hostages out while we still can, and get those out alive who still are alive. We're praying for them, and we're appreciating your prayers and your thoughts for Israel, for the soldiers, for the hostages, and for the overall peace, safety, and security of Israel. And we're wishing, of course, the soldiers in the front lines incredible success, and incredible safety and protection as well. Thank you, my friends. All the best, and be well.